Monday, and this week is going to be a little hectic. So let me catch you guys up on kind of what's been going on. So there's been a gap between my last upload and this upload, and it's just gotten really busy, so I really haven't had time to pick up my camera and put you guys in motion with me. As you guys know, I am new to entrepreneurship, and I've been navigating that as a one-woman show. I've been doing my own marketing. I really guess that really is how it is. I've been doing my own administrative work. I've been doing my own marketing. I've been doing my own, I did my own web design. I've been doing my own everything else. And so last month, on top of in July, along with vacations and my birthday and everything like that, I've just been trying to keep up with that. And I did not do a good job, I'm not gonna lie. I was, when I first rolled out, I had bulk created and was ready and had everything scheduled out, and I have not been able to sit and take the time to do that, because after vacation, on my personal life, I've been playing catch up, excuse me, and on my actual 9 to 5, I've been playing catch up as well from being out. So it's one of those things that it's just like, whoa. So it's been really hectic, but I want to, at the end of this week, I'll share with you guys, I want to start incorporating that so you guys can see, you know, kind of what it takes. So I think I shared with you guys, I'm not sure if I shared with you guys, I did land my first project management client, and so I've been fully enthralled into that. The project involves a rebuild of a property that was damaged during Hurricane Milton, and now they're post like the insurance fight, which took so long, and now I am overseeing all of the invoices that come in, the estimates, making sure everyone is getting paid, making sure the you know, making sure who needs to have what has what, and making sure we're staying on budget. So that's been new to me as well, because while I have a little bit of project management experience, it's nothing like this. This is something completely different, but it's been really cool. And it's been a little bit harder than I anticipated, but I'm good. I'm grateful for the experience, and I'm learning a lot. So I've been doing that, which I've been very excited about, because, you know, I have been also trying to really pin down my ideal client. And I think that while I love small businesses and entrepreneurs, I think for my skill set and what I would be proficient in order to get more clientele, I need to stick to law firms and solo practitioners. And y'all know I did not have good experiences working with solo practitioners. I did not have a good experience working with solo practitioners, but I know the added value that I can bring, and so I think that's going to be my ideal clientele, if you will. So I'm going to start marketing more towards that, and that this week I'm going to have to build out and get on the ball with. So yeah, entrepreneur life, that's what's going on. I'm just trying to catch up. On the personal side, I am going to prepare myself for getting back in study mode for the LSAT. I picked that thing up and put it down so many times. I even went and got a master's degree so that I could stop doing that. And my justification was, if I stop, if I'm doing something else, can't possibly. And now that the master's degree just flew by so fast, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want another degree in 2 other things. I kind of want to get some type of certification in public policy, and I also kind of want to do something in graphic design. but I feel like these are all excuses not to do that. Why is the LSAT such a damning test? Like, yikes. So I am preparing to get back into the swing of things as far as that. So I don't know if I'm going to document it, because every time I start documenting, girl, I quit. Okay, and so then it just becomes unfinished, and it makes me look unstable. Okay. It makes me look unstable. So I'm going to get back into it. After my birthday, I feel like, whereas before I was feeling like a little behind, but hopeful because I still had time. Now I feel like I'm running out of time. I don't know. I feel like I'm running out of time, and so I can't dwell on the feeling of behind, because there's no time left to be doing all that. I need to focus. So I think that's kind of what's, you know, anyways. You know what I cannot stand? When someone asks a question because they need help, why do people do everything but answer the question? Like, I asked a question and they're just like, I would check with the such and such. Do you think that I would have asked y'all if I didn't check with the such and such? Please, like, if you don't have the answer, fucking don't respond. You know what I'm like? Don't respond. You don't have the damn answer. All right, so on the work front, I think I already said this. So if I said it again, I apologize. I'll correct this in editing. Work is picking up. What I'm finding is, with the new rule changes, everyone is just throwing, how do they say it? Like, throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks, even on our side. And I have been in my department. I've been at this company for 5 years. I've been in my department for 4 out of the 5 years. And that's not normal for us. Now, it's normal for like our internal procedures, I have to say. They'll like implement a whole bunch of stuff and then get rid of it slowly. But things are picking up, but it's been kind of wonky. And then with losing my supervisor, it has only added to ongoing frustrations and ongoing kind of issues, because our interim and potentially permanent supervisor is coming from a different department. And so I am at least extending copious amounts of grace, because she doesn't know how anything works over here. She's been in her department for years and years, like 20 something years. And so it's just like with anybody, I don't know how their department works because I don't interact. So if I had to pop over there and do anything over there, I would have to keep asking all day, every day. So it's been very interesting. But I think what I was saying was, I am looking for other opportunities as well, newer opportunities, and I am in a position, I think that, like I was saying, where, and I am in a place where it's like, if I do apply for these positions, I'm not looking out of necessity, and I'm not looking out of desperation. And that's a unique place to be in this economy with everything that's going on. So I can kind of slow walk, take my time, actually apply to things that I'm genuinely interested in, and know that I can add value and be a good fit in. And if it doesn't work out, you know, there's no harm, no foul. You know what I mean? So I have been looking at opportunities, and I have been applying both internally and externally, where my interests are and where I think that value can be added to me too, with learning something new, moving into utilizing my education and things like that. So Staying hopeful and doing what I have to do, but I'm able to slow walk it because there's not an urgency there. I don't have a dire need to do any of that. And that's a unique place to be. A lot of people are just applying because they need work, they need a job, you know, they need to eat and things like that, and I'm not there. I will say that if I do accept a new position and I do leave, I'll be able to be more candid about, you know, my workplace. I think the company that I work for itself is great. Just in my department, and that's why I left my other department. I left my other department because of the lack of opportunity, and I'm just experiencing the same thing here. So it just kind of feels like a running theme. You know what I mean? And I kind of get it too, but it's you know, it's a lot of things, which is, it's cool, but I think that another issue too is a lot of the people that work here have been here for so long, and they're on their way out, where me, I'm young, I'm ambitious, and I have so much further to go. You know what I mean? So it's an awkward space to be, to say the least. So it's an awkward space to be. I'll check back in with you guys if I can. This clip is already really long, so yeah. I'll talk with you guys when I can. Bye. Hey y'all, welcome back to another work week in my life. Today is Monday. You guys are getting a bit of an overlap from the last week's work week in my life and this week, so I am behind. I'm not going ghost. I got sick and I have been out of work, so there was nothing to see here. There was nothing to see here. Today is a Monday and it is August 25th. What I will try to do is probably get this out to you guys. I might just only have a couple of days and try to get this out to you guys on an obscure day. I'm not sure yet, but today is August 25th, and today marks my 5-year anniversary at my job. And I want to share with you guys, first of all, I've been getting a myriad of congratulations from within my workplace, and it always feels really, really good to, you know, feel acknowledged. And the company itself, early this morning, actually at 12:44 a.m. on the day of my anniversary, it says, congratulations on reaching your 5-year milestone with company. That's 5 years of living our values, contributing to our business goals, supporting our unique culture, and illustrating what it means to move forward and live fully. This is a fantastic accomplishment, and I hope you take time to celebrate. To recognize this milestone, you'll receive an anniversary gift and a gross amount of X in your upcoming paycheck, along with additional PTO. So I have made it in this position 5 years, and man, the Lord gave me this position, and the Lord has seen me through from so many challenges, a department move. The Lord has really seen me through. So I just want to first acknowledge the grace, the mercy, and the consistency of Jesus. I had lost my job and I was so miserable at my previous employer. It was so bad, and I felt so weighted down because I still had obligations. I thought that it was going to be, it was going to delay some things that I wanted to do. And the Lord saw to it to give me a position that not only worked for what I had going on at the time, as far as like mentally and financially. The Lord has kept me through so much in the background, both front facing at my job and back facing. By back facing, I mean in my personal life. This job was such a blessing to me. I was able to keep my nephew through some really hectic times, between being 1 and now 6. It has afforded me the flexibility to go back to school. It's afforded me monetarily to be able to build a life and really get out of a low point in life. Previously, I was taking low-hanging fruit type jobs, whether it was the character of the job, the pay, the quality of the job, and this job really set a good precedent for me, and I've been here ever since. Although I'm not exactly where I want to be, I'm glad and so grateful, because I will say that I do work for a company that has integrity, and they have not bent the knee to certain things that are going on. They are not afraid to have hard conversations. Sometimes it is a little awkward, and people that are doing the conversations, I feel, are a little out of place. However, I think that they still work very hard to even have the conversations and give everybody a chance to speak and have platforms and things like that. And even with DEI and all those things that are going on, they just said, no, we're gonna keep doing this, because, you know, having a good work balance culture matters. Now, although I have not always had the best experience within my current department, I will say that because of the broader structure of the corporation, those things had to be dealt with. And so I've had a positive outcome, although the journey to that outcome was not ideal, right? So in 5 years, man, that's just crazy. It's crazy to think. And this is like my comfort job, I think I want to say, because I know that if I have a problem, there's a structure and it will get dealt with. It doesn't always work out, you know, but coming from where it was nothing ever happened and the blame was always placed on you, that's a very different experience, right? And then knowing that there are fail safes in place, I just feel like this is like my safe job. And even though in my department currently, I feel like I can't see the future as far as opportunity, because I am young, I'm ambitious, I'm still wanting to grow, I'm still wanting to learn. There is still opportunity that exists. You know what I mean? In a very fragile time where a lot of people aren't getting that opportunity, or that opportunity is lost. This is too bright. I'm sorry. I have the light going on right here and then my computer. So anyways, 5 years on today. Crazy. I'm not gonna sit up here and say it flew by. It did not. It did not. I feel like the first year did. But after that, no girl. So yeah, 5 years, wow. Today has been super busy. It's been a Monday. I've had some things due. I had an attorney that was out, so I've been trying to work on the background. I don't know that attorneys really appreciate how much background that a paralegal or a legal assistant, like how many background fires that we are putting out. Like, I don't think they realize, went on vacation. And the thing is, like, I'm not assigned to one attorney. I just have previously worked for this attorney, so I kind of know, you know, what their standards are a little bit and what they do, you know, how they work or whatever. But when I say left, and nobody knew, nobody thinks, so we're running behind to get extensions, running behind to edit, running behind to do so much stuff. It is actually crazy to me. So It's actually crazy to me. So I don't think these attorneys really know how much planning, how much, you know what I mean? How much effort goes into just making sure that their licenses are not on the line, or here we have to adhere to deadlines and stuff like that, and to make sure that that stuff, you know, you're not getting in trouble on that end. Like, it's crazy. So last week though, because I had to catch up on a lot of those prepare initial disclosure tasks, because they just take forever in 2 days. I did a lot of that stuff, like looking ahead, I was able to. I have been helping other people so much that it is like I was a little bit behind, and I was like, oh, I'm not, nah, this is new. Like, you know, and I'm just like, now hold on, wait a second here. So it is just crazy to me. Like last week, on top of being sick for the whole week before, and then last week still recovering, and then having to work and like having to focus and work, man, that is actually just crazy. It was crazy. And yeah, so Monday is actually over. It is 3:46 by the time I pick this up. I've done a lot of the bulk of my work right now. Now I'm getting ready to file this stuff and send off these these protective links so that the opposing counsel will get the information, whatever is going on. This week I'm like back to work in full. And by that I mean, like, I went to my weekend job. I was out, I was sick, I was out bad. That cold was like, it was given like COVID. I did not have COVID, thank the Lord, but it was like, it was like a touch of that, like how the beginning of COVID, it's kind of like you have the common cold, but your body just feels like blah. That's how it was. I literally just could not. And then my voice is still recovering. I still sound low to the flow, but my voice is still recovering. So I did realize last year, and I don't know, I would have to look on my calendar, but I had several instances where I got sick and my voice was the last to go. Like my voice was the first thing to go, literally no voice. And so I was worried about that happening again. And I don't know what that's characteristics of. But anyways, I've been chatting for 12 minutes. But anyways, that's Monday. It's been a Monday. Like, I can't even explain it any other way. But I have got the bulk of my work done today. I'm about to make sure that I follow up on what I need to follow up on for this last hour or so. And then after work, I really want to talk to you guys about my business. So I'll probably come back and chat with you guys about that. But I have being an entrepreneur is not bad right now because my plate is not full on that end. However, as an entrepreneur, you're still in the background doing things like figuring out new ways to market, figuring out new ways to get diverse clients. So I'm gonna chat with you guys about that probably tomorrow. But yeah, it's Monday. Well, happy Monday to y'all. And thanks for riding and sticking around. Make sure you guys are subscribed, and I really enjoy interacting with you guys, so let me know that you're here by leaving a comment. But yeah, Monday child. So yeah, I'll talk with you guys next time. Bye for now.